This video is going to be really boring, so I'm going to play 1 hour of silence that gets occasionally broken by a very scary sounding Scooby-Doo laugh. It's probably going to scare the shit out of me while I'm talking to you guys, but it's going to make the video a lot more interesting. I recently went to the first local that I had been to in a very, very long time. So I recently went to the first local that I had been to in a very long time, and for a while I'd considered getting back into the game, and I was on and off. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll buy some cards, maybe I'll try to play again, and I just had trouble finding the time until recently I was finally able to go again. And I have to say, despite the presence of a very dangerous and active sexual deviant, I had a really, really good time. I got absolutely throat fucked by a Gamma 1, Gamma 2 deck, and I still enjoyed myself. I am never gonna get any sponsors. Patreon in the description. And I just wanted to go over a few reasons as to why I think that if you're like I was, and you've been thinking about getting back into the game for a long time, you're still part of the groups, you still kind of know what's going on in the meta, but you're not sure if you want to recommit to playing the game, I think that now is a really good time, and I think this game is still worth getting back into, and then some.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I first want to talk about the amount of reprints that we've gotten. When I stopped playing the game, Dormant Potential, Violent Rays, and a whole bunch of other staples had yet to be reprinted. Mythic Booster was just coming out, and that had a lot of really good reprints in it, but there were still a lot of staples and incredibly expensive secret rares that were just kind of gatekeeping a lot of people from really being able to get into the game as much as they could. The card pool is huge now, and you really want to have all of the staples that you need to be able to compete in the game. Draw apes, counter plays, counter attacks, good unisons, all of that stuff. And I think all of that stuff has not only been reprinted enough, but gotten cheap enough. Like, some of the best secret rares in the game are only like $200, if that, and those are the best ones. Most of them range from $60 to $140. I think that in terms of
financial investment,
now is a very, very good time to get into the game without having to invest a ton of money. My first local in, like I said, a little over a year that I went to, I just bought 2 Cell Reboot decks and then borrowed 4 Dormant Potentials from a friend of mine. I swear to God, I'm not drunk, I'm just really fucking stupid. And with those 2 Cell Reboot decks and the Dormant Potentials, I was actually able to put up a decent fight and win a few packs, and I had a great time. And the new anniversary box coming out has even more reprints of some of the best secret rares in the game, and I think it's amazing, and it doesn't look like they're gonna stop. They're gonna keep reprinting stuff that's important to us. While the collector market is still there, and some of the original prints of a lot of these cards, God Rares, SPRs, all that kind of stuff, you know, winter promos are still worth a lot of money. There is still that aspect to the game if you want to have cards that are very valuable. You can also buy reprints of stuff if you just want to be able to play the game. I also am really, really excited about some of the new mechanics and new releases they've announced recently, and I think that seeing that right after I went to my first local in a long time really gave me hope that, like, oh, Bandai isn't giving up on this game. They're going to keep trying. They're going to keep releasing new stuff because they just announced all of the Zenkai stuff, the new set coming out, and it really seems like they're doubling down on Dragon Ball Super. For a while there, you know, looking at all the card games that are coming out with Digimon and One Piece, I genuinely thought that Dragon Ball Super was going to kind of start fading out of everyone's minds and getting less and less support. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. It looks like they're putting more effort into it than they have in a long time. I think if you want to get back into the game, you're pretty close. If you were out of the game as long as I was, you're pretty close to getting to a point where you're gonna have so much to catch up on that it's almost not worth it. Get back into it now before all the new Zenkai stuff comes out so that you're fighting less of a battle to get back uphill and rebuild your collection and learn all of the new mechanics and learn the new card pool and not get destroyed at every locals because, oh, I didn't know what that card did. Oh, I didn't know what that card did. Oh, I don't know the card pool. Speaking of card pool, I can't play meta decks. And no, I'm not one of those people that goes,
oh well, I would have beaten you if I was playing a meta deck, but you're playing meta and I'm playing jank, so...
No, I'm not one of those people. I genuinely can't play meta decks. I always overthink, I have trouble ending games, I just generally can't play with somebody else's list or just a deck that's kind of almost pre-constructed in a way. I need something janky and something stupid, and the card pool has expanded so much, and there's so many new cool engines that are splashable in other decks that for people like me, where my favorite part of the game is deck building and theory crafting, this is one of the best times to be into it because the card pool is so huge that I built a Frieza prison deck with the new GT engine in it, and it actually functions. It's not good, but just the fact that I'm able to do that is kind of crazy. I built an aggro version of Cell Reboot, which I haven't brought to a local yet, but not gonna lie, it's kind of fucking strong. And I even think that some of the stuff that came out during my absence from the local and competitive scene is actually going to be good in a variant of Red-Yellow Goku Surge. I think that his surge ability is relevant more so than people think in the current meta, and I think being able to blank your opponent's board, if it's through barrier, I think it's through barrier, I can't really remember. But regardless, if it is through barrier, that card is really... Hey, stop! I think it's on each individual to find a local that they like, and that gives prizing that they like. I'll be the first one to admit that it seems like the incentive to go out and compete isn't quite as strong as it was, purely in terms of what you'll win. A lot of locals are just doing like 1 or 2 packs per win now, and promos definitely aren't what they used to be, which some people think is a good thing, some people think is a bad thing. But winner promos are still out there. A lot of locals still do store credit for winning, which I think is awesome. And at the bigger events, even the participation prizes seem to be really, really good, and the stuff that you can win, the promos, the packages of stuff you get, seems to be really, really valuable. I'll be the first one to say that the community of this game isn't perfect, but it is still one of the best, if not the best card game communities I've ever been a part of. It's really easy to focus on the people in the community that kind of suck and make it shitty for everyone, but the overwhelming majority of this community is really, really good people. And I think that now is a better time than ever to get back into Dragon Ball Super. So I'm going to go ahead and put my money where my mouth is. Whether or not you're getting back into the game or you've been playing it for a while, I want you to leave a comment down below. Each person can only leave one comment, Goku or Vegeta. And if you want, leave a little sentence as to how long you've been playing the game for, whether or not you're getting back into it, if you're getting back into it because of this video, because that would be awesome. And at the end of, I don't know, what's today, the 12th? I just want to say that I've been editing this for a while. It's getting out a little bit later than I intended. I had a whole section here where I talked about the day that I was going to be doing the giveaway because I filmed this on the 12th and I thought I was going to get it out on the 13th. It is currently the 16th, so we're going to go ahead and say that the giveaway is going to end on the 28th because I'm going on vacation in a few days and I want to give people plenty of time to enter. So yeah, 28th is when I get back from vacation. We'll do it then. And that's that. All you have to do is comment on the video. You don't have to subscribe to me. You don't even have to like the video. I honestly don't really care. If you don't know who I am, I make stuff like this for the game. I sell them on my website. If you want to support me, you can go ahead and check out my website. The link is going to be in the description. These are metal leaders with like gold stamping on them. And I have a Patreon. It's $5 a month. I plan on doing a giveaway kind of like this for pretty much every video that I make, and this one, I want people to get back into the game, so the only thing I'm requiring for people is to comment on the video in order to be entered in the giveaway. But in the future, I'm only going to be giving stuff away to people that are pledged to my Patreon, so it's $5 a month. You get 10% off my whole website as long as you're pledged, and you're going to be entered in a whole bunch of giveaways. All of those links are going to be in the description, but please, if you were like me, consider getting back into the Dragon Ball Super card game because I had a lot of fun, and I think you can too.